We are back to natural stone outlets. On this video we are going to talk to you about the finishings of the Noce Travertine or Travertine Noce. This is a brown color travertine from Turkey and very versatile, that can accept a lot of finishing. So let's check it out. So what we have here is a pretty nice panel with all the finishings, or most of the finishings you can get with this type of travertine. So up here we have the interior finishings. Down there we have the exterior finishing. So we are going to start with the interior finishings. So what we have here is the brushed finishing. So essentially you brush the stone and you get this kind of color, this kind of look. It's a bit anti-slippery, so it can be used on interior flooring or wall coverings, for example. This is the polished finishing, which mostly highlights the color of the stone, the brown color of the stone. So you have quite some power, quite some strength, and you can see all the elements. So this is mostly used on flooring or wall coverings again, or just decoration. And finally we have the honed finishing, which is matte. This does not show any kind of, contrast between the elements, or not much. So it can be either used on interiors or exteriors. Then down here we have exactly the same finishings as above, but unfilled. So if the top tiles are filled with mastic, with colored mastic, these are all unfilled. So you can see the holes, but essentially it's the same finishing as above, brushed finishing. Same thing with the polished, same thing with the honed. So you just see all the little holes, but it's the same color tone, same kind of shine or lack of shine. So you can have both options, filled or unfilled. And so this would be the most recommended finishings for interior applications. Then we go down here and we're going to check the finishings for exterior applications. I'm going to start with the bottom part. So it shows the most rough type of finishing, which is a bush hammered. So essentially bush hammered the stone, and this is what you get. You get a bit of a white surface, the brown is washed away, and this is what you get. So this is the most anti-slippery finishing you can get, or one of the most. This one here is sandblasted. So this one, if the bush hammered makes the stone pretty white, this one makes the stone very white. So you sandblast the stone, so you get a thin rugosity and quite an anti-slippery capacity. And finally here we have the sawn cut finishing. So basically you sawn the slab and this is what you get. It's a bit pale, it's a bit white, and yeah, also good anti-slippery. Up here we have the bush hammered and brushed. So you bush hammer the stone, and on top of that you brush it. So what you get is you bring back the color of the stone while still having certain anti-slippery capacity. So this is a good one for an exterior pool, for example, where you can walk barefoot but still, have some grip. This one here is the same. So you just sandblast the stone and then you brush it, so you still get the anti-slippery, you still get the rugosity. Quite good for swimming pool borders, for example. Quite nice, quite gentle on the fit. But you bring back the color of the stone, so you have the brown back, but with the anti-slippery capacity. Some people call this one leather finishing because it does look like leather, feels like leather. And yeah, quite a good choice for exterior applications. And finally, we have the tumbled finishing. The tumbled or aged, you just age the stone to make it look a bit old. Good anti-slippery capacity, commonly used on exterior and interior, but mostly on exteriors, so it looks a bit rustic. You can see all the holes and just, the surface becomes a bit pale. So yeah, that's it. You have quite a lot of selection of finishings here, both for interiors and exteriors. Travertine is a versatile stone, is a great stone to accept finishings. So if you want to know more information about the finishings, check our blog or just be in touch with us. See you on the next video.